Okay, ladies and gents, welcome back again to FTRL. We are here tonight for round 3 of the Division 2 Championship, where we hit the streets of Monaco. So anything can happen this evening, and if anything in FTRL is to go by, it normally does happen. So joining me this evening is Joe, as per normal. Evening, Joe.
Hello.
And we also have a returning, for the first time in a long time I get to commentate with him, is Raver's Revenge. Hello, mate.
Hello.
How are you?
Yeah, not bad. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, it should be good. Should be good indeed. So, Monaco, last night was a bit of a crazy one. Are we expecting anything different this evening?
I think there's going to be carnage. Carnage.
Yeah. It's one of those, isn't it? It's either going to be a really quiet, boring, sort of one behind the other race with obviously a few mistakes, or it's just going to be absolute chaos. And I'm going to go with the latter, to be honest. So last night we obviously saw it was a dry qualifying session, and then we had rain for what was probably just under half of the first stint of the race. And yeah, I mean the clouds, they look there, but they don't look like it's going to change the weather conditions anytime soon for qualifying, so we'll have to wait and see what unfolds. But do you think we're going to get any rain this evening, lads?
I think it's very unlikely we're going to see rain in both races.
Well,
but let's hope so.
If it's going to happen anywhere, it's going to be Monaco. So yeah, it should be cooking up quite a storm. Lads in the stream, welcome to you all. There's 18 people watching at the moment, which is a good start.
Cracking.
So evening to Tim12, to Tell, who's watching at work. Unfortunately couldn't be with us tonight. Plexits this evening. And
it should be working.
Yeah.
Instead of watching this.
FTR Panda saying evening, go team banana. Unfortunately he can't join us tonight because he's having internet problems, which is a bit of a pain. Virgin Media, sort your life out. But who are we tipping for pole tonight then, boys? I know it's Monaco and anything can happen, but have we got our money on anybody?
I've gone with Hammer Time 95.
Yeah, I think I said the same as you. I can't quite remember. But yeah, I mean, I'm just watching this man that we're on board with, CJ Payne, who I'm watching, and he's looking like he's having a very good lap so far.
The season hasn't started yet, has it? I think.
No.
I think it's fair to say.
Far from
He
it.
hasn't put DLS on.
No, 109.6, so yeah. One of the McLaren drivers.
DRS, maybe.
Yeah, mate, well no, I think it was flashing then, so I don't think it normally flashes if they've got a DRS failure. So maybe it was where it was just his first run, it's just a banker lap for him possibly. But yeah, let me just quickly adjust my audio mix and then we'll crack on. We'll talk about the championship table. That's it. No wonder I couldn't hear anything. My audio mix was right up towards non-party audio. There we go. Michael Korsgaard in the chat. Matt Cors' father. Thanks again for streaming for tuning into the stream. Saying casino night. So he's come along for the
Wonder who
ride.
he's going to be betting on.
Yeah.
That was superb. Got all the puns.
I know, exactly. Spot on, mate. Right, so we're just going to look actually at the choice of tyre. I imagine we're going to see some varying strategies. I mean, Monaco is an easy one stop, but it depends on what strategy people think is going to be best. I envisage we're going to see quite a few changes of wings this evening. Going to go on board with Big Metza. Both Red Bull cars of Agent Panda and Goy have retired so far. So
I was actually on board with Big Metza whilst you were talking there, and he clipped his right rear tyre just before going in the tunnel. But he carried on with the lap, so I'm not sure this is going to be up there with the rest of them.
No, 1:14.6. Now we've got to talk about last week's race winner, Willie Tix.
Oh yeah.
He's currently highest of the super soft runners with a 1:11.6. I imagine he'll go quicker than that, but we've got to address it. Willie Tix has been renowned for being a bit over ambitious at times, and he deserves a lot of credit for his win last week. But do you think we're going to see that Willie Tix or the old Willie Tix this evening?
I don't know.
Question for the room.
I think if he can
Question
crack
for the
down,
chat as well.
put in a good lap, and get a pole position like he did last week, I think he'll do all right. I think if he gets anywhere sort of top 3 or 4, I think he'll know a win is on the cards. And he'll be a little bit calmer. I think Willie Tix gets a little bit impatient when he qualifies a little bit further down the pack, and he tries to get through rather quickly when he just needs to be patient. So
Yeah. Well, hopefully, after that last week, maybe he was just pushing very, very hard because it was that first race win and he was just trying to get that under his belt. But looking at the championship standings, in first place we've got Matt Hawes, who's come first and second so far this season. So he's on 39 points. We've got Blue Flag in second, who's had 2 third places so far. Hammer Time 95, as Matt Hawes' teammate, is in third on 25 points. And Panini rounds off the top 4 on 20 points. So far, it's Ferrari, Renault in the championship. In terms of the constructors, the Ferrari lead the way by 14 points to Renault. Willie Tix is currently in 5th on 20 points, so he's level with Pagani. CJ Payne's in 6th on 12 points. Tomo's in 7th on 12 points also. FTRL Hammer Time is missing tonight, it's in 8th on 10. Preheated Oven is in 9th on 10. And then rounding off the top 10 is Michael C on 6 points. So, in terms of it just being a couple of races into the championship, lads, is there anyone that's standing out to you there? Anybody that you think should be higher or is maybe overachieving?
I mean, looking at it, everybody looks, sort of where you would expect. I think obviously Matt College you would expect to be, in the top 4 or 5. I think if he can cut out his mistakes, then he's already shown so far this season how good he can be. So yeah, I mean it should be a good season from him, I think.
Yeah,
I've already mentioned. I think CJ Payne's obviously underachieving. I mean, we know he's quick.
Yeah, true.
But it looks alright at the top at the moment.
Yeah, he certainly does. Must be said. I think hopefully we're going to see something from Prototype Steph tonight. So far he's had an absence and a 14th place. So it seems to be the tale of our season again for him, where he didn't start the season well and he come into his own at the end. So hopefully we can be a bit of a change of fortune. But I think we're going to get a surprise winner tonight. I don't know who or when or how, but I think we're going to get a surprise winner.
Oh, City Posh has lost it through the the casino section.
Yeah, I was
actually on board with FTRL Hammer Time 95, and he went into the wall but carried on with his lap. Yeah, pole. It was a good lap up to that point.
Great lap.
Quite a few of the 4 of the top 5 opting for the Hypersofts at this moment in time. Let's have a look at their best laps. Yeah, so the top 3 and then Matt Caw's all on the Hypersoft tyre. So Bendel, not a bad position for him considering he's, like I said, just started out on the wheel. So he's in P9 at the moment. Rich T Gaming, Preheated Oven. I'm expecting those guys to continue their good form of what they showed last week together.
Interesting tactic by the Red Bull boys. They just sort of took a Ravens tactic and just not even bothered setting a lap.
Yeah, the cop-out
tactic.
tactic.
Worked for Ravens yesterday.
Yeah.
18th to 9th. Driver of the day material, that is.
Well, I won't go that far.
Wow, yeah.
Ravers, your brother is in the chat saying points for Panda.
Okay.
Thank
Hello,
you for
Don.
tuning in again, Don. Much appreciated, mate. CJ Payne still has no DRS, so you was correct. I didn't think they showed it. Big Metzo is not filling me with much confidence at the moment, I must say. He's hitting pretty much every wall.
He's going to improve though.
Yeah,
Second.
1:11.5. So for hammer time 95, that is a very, very good lap.
Slightly concerned that Blue Flag hasn't posted a time yet.
Yeah,
Pretty sure he went out, didn't he?
I think he did. I mean, last week he teased me by going out on the softest tyre and then coming in at the end of his lap, and it was looking like it was going to be a pole lap as well. So maybe he's just getting a bit of a feel for the track. But I'm just interested to see what the weather is. If there's going to be any changing conditions, that the prospect of that excites me.
I think even if it's dry, it's just going to be crashes and wings and carbon fibre all over the place.
Yeah, well, I'm just praying. I mean, we saw last night that if someone goes for a bit of an over-ambitious move, I mean, overtaking can be done in Monaco, but both drivers have to be on the same wavelength. The person going for it has to be brave, and the person who's being overtaken has to concede the position if he's got no way of defending it. So, yeah, pretty loving, great lap P4 on the Ultra Softs.
Yeah, wow.
Showing a bit more fight this year.
I mean, with 6 minutes left, there's a couple of guys not yet set a time, and there's a couple of guys there you would expect to set a quicker time. So, going to be busy track.
Yeah.
Just been on board with CJ Payne and all that. Looks like a good lap.
Yeah, Big Mitz has gone. Michael C at the wall coming out of the chicane after the tunnel now. Now, I think the biggest word that needs to be associated with Monaco with all of this is patience. Because I mean, let's be honest, in terms of how the divisions are, there are a group of guys who tend to be slightly quicker than the rest of the field. Now, I know points are up for grabs, but in my opinion, any points are good points at Monaco. So it's just down to, I think we'll see the real mindset of people tonight. If people are patient and they wait for any opportunities or any slip-ups, then good on them. But if not, I think we could see quite a few hits and bangs here and there tonight.
Monaco is very much a rhythm track. If you tap a wall or, do something, get a little spin out of a corner, really sets you off and just like a knock-on effect.
Going back to your previous point, Aaron, I think Tomo is pretty much a dark horse. He's come out of sort of nowhere, hasn't he? And
yeah,
demonstrating some good pace.
I was just literally on board with him, and I was just going to mention that that's a good lap from him. I have predicted him to get on the podium tonight. I think obviously it goes without saying Monaco does suit the wheel users a lot more than what it does the pad users, and I think in terms of wheel users in here, the top 5 have all got wheels. I don't know about Willy Tix. I know Bendel has. I know Blue Flag has. Obviously Goy does. City Posh does. But it's evident at the moment the top 5 are all wheel users. So that's something to take into account. But no, I really do think we're going to see a couple of surprise results tonight. I don't know where from. But 3.5
from
minutes.
Monaco.
Oh yeah, obviously, yeah. Cheers, mate.
Sorry?
Thanks for clarifying that for me.
That's right.
So now it's just clicked in my head why I don't commentate with you anymore. It's just literally just clicked just after that.
Oh.
So Blue Flag has said that he's invalidated 3 laps so far, which is why he's not put a time on the board just yet.
Well, that's not a good start for Simon.
He's just come out of the pits, so
He can't really afford to have a bad result tonight, because he's second in the championship, putting pressure on Matt Gores. Simon is a previous Div 2 champion, so we know he does have the pace and the skill set to compete, and I think out of a lot of the drivers that have been in FTRL, he does deserve to be one of the ones that go up this season.
But Hammer Time 95 has gone out for his last quali lap very early.
Yeah.
He's hit that wall
clattered
again.
into the wall, yeah.
It was this wall where, he did that last time and still went pole.
So like I said, these guys aren't filling me with much confidence, I've got to say. Does improve
improves
by about a tenth, yeah. CJ Payne's on an out lap. Willie Tix is on a flying lap, I believe, come around the hairpin. Where do you think we're going to see the most amount of carnage tonight? Obviously, there's quite a few places to select from, but
might be
yeah.
I'd say swimming pool or the hairpin.
Literally anywhere on Monaco.
The entrance to the tunnel could throw up a bit of a storm as well, because I've already seen two people spin there in qualifying so far by clipping the inside wall. But Willie
CJ
Tix,
Payne just glancing the wall at turn 1, CJ Payne.
yeah,
Still got a load of guys out here on a lot.
keeping an eye on CJ, going to take it on board with him. Now, if everyone's expecting corner names and stuff from me, then I do apologise in advance, because you won't get them.
Dan's just gone up to 8th, or Bridgeby Gaming done.
Yeah, not too bad from Dan.
Good one.
How does CJ approach this? Took that very nicely. If that wasn't an invalidation, that was very, very nice.
That's one of the areas you can gain some proper pace, time.
Yeah,
Agent Panda's left the session.
that doesn't fill me with confidence. Hopefully he can get back. 30 seconds to go. He should be okay. This has been a good lap from
Formation lap
CJ.
as well.
7,
He's gonna
8.
get pole.
Yeah,
Yeah,
108.5. There we go.
Oof.
Great time.
Fantastic. Now, where's Tomo in all this?
Coming across the line. Oh no, it's starting the lap. Blue flag goes 4th.
Nice.
Only just seen that.
That's a great one.
Yeah, great lap from Simon's pulled that one out, hasn't he? A lot of the guys. Yeah, preheated oven has set his time on the ultra soft, so he's going to be starting P5, so he will have net lead of this, providing all goes well at some stage.
Oh, blue flag's behind.
Still on a fast lap on the ultras. Oh, he's hit the wall.
Prototype Seth done a 1 minute 10 exactly, which fills my OCD needs.
Oh, Marco's pits. Disappointing qualifying from him there.
Oh, it's not been the best middle sector from Tomo here. I mean, it's not been a bad lap at all, so I think he might still improve, but it's not been the cleanest of middle sectors from him.
He's got to find 7 tenths to get second.
109.4, so he does improve by about half a tenth. So I think that's everybody now. So we've got CJ Payne in pole position for the first time this season, finally living up to the expectation that was set of him this season. Hammer Time 95 is going to start in P2. Guys in the stream, by the way, please let us know who you think's going to get on the podium and in what order. Double points for anybody that can get those right. Tomo starts in P3. Prototype Steph, good qualifying from him, much better in P4. Blue flag in 5th. Preheated oven 6th. City Posh, good recovery from him, 7th. Pagani down in 8th, not going to be too happy with that. Willie Tix in 9th and Rich T Gaming round off the top 10. Big Mets are starting in 11th. Matt Cause in 12th, championship leader. Michael C in 13th, Paul James 14th, Bendel the last one to set a time in 15th, and then the 2 Red Bulls of Agent Panda and Goy Karp round off the grid. Boys, I'm going to put you on the spot. Podium.
Okay.
In what order?
Hammer Time, Tomo, blue flag.
Oh, okay. Who are you going for? Joe?
I mean, CJ looks very, very quick. So I think he's gonna grab the win. Hammer Time, I think will probably stay where he is as well. I think those guys will probably just pull a lead. And I'm actually gonna go with Ravers. I'm gonna go Simon. He had a pretty good qualifying, and I think he's patient enough and experienced enough, which I think will help him around here.
Well, interestingly,
Blue Flag is. I was just going to say, Blue Flag's very good in traffic as well, from what I've seen.
yeah, he's also very, very good at defensive driving. At Monaco, it's probably the easiest track on the calendar to do that. So, yeah, but I mean, interestingly, in Ravers Predictor League that we run, the top 3 in order is how I predicted the race to finish. So I'm gonna stick with that. But yeah, Joe, take us through the formation lap, mate.
Okie doke. So, as we've already discussed, pole position, CJ Payne. Are we finally starting to see the sort of resurgence from him this season? Second is Hammer Time, another great lap from him. Still looking strong in that Ferrari. And we've got Tomo in P3. Prototype Steph, who Aaron has mentioned should be doing a little bit better this season, so he's going to, I'm sure, be very happy with P4 and quali. Then we've got the admin in P5 in the Banana car. Preheated oven in the Williams in P6, with the other Sauber in P7. Then we have the other admin Pagani in P8. Last week's winner, Willie Tix in P9, who for some reason has stopped on the track. I'm not sure what's going on there. Rich T Gaming in P10, Big Metza P11. Both been disqualified, so they've obviously hit each other. At this point in qualifying for Matt Cause, obviously currently leading the championship. So it's going to have to be a very patient race from Matt Cause. Hopefully he can get himself high up into the points. I'm sure he's not going to be very happy with where he is currently. Michael C in the other Force India in 13th, with Paul James 14th. Bendel obviously still getting used to his wheel, down in P15. And then we have the Red Bull boys sort of bringing up the pack with Agent Panda and Goycop.
Nicely done, mate. Perfectly timed as well.
Beautiful.
Very, very nice indeed. But we are getting ready for lights out for what proves to be a very exciting Monaco Grand Prix. If you guys can keep an eye on the rest of the field for me, I'm going to watch the front runners in the head down towards turn 1. I'm sure there's going to be a couple of dive bombs. But we are lights out and away we go. CJ Payne's had a pretty good start. Hammer Time 95's had a bit of a slide. Blue Flag's had an excellent start. Oh, he's just lifted off though.
Willie Tix is sandwiched. Oh no. And there's carnage. Willie Tix is round. And ghosted and lost a wing.
Oh, there we go. There we go indeed. Blue Flag got the inside line. Ooh. On Prototype Steph, lovely move. Good respectful driving from them two. CJ Payne's had a great start. He's already got a 2.5 seconds on Hammer Time. All going into the hairpin. Ooh, I don't know whether Big Metza hit the back of his teammate there, but...
Alright, mine looks very bugged, so I'm going to leave and jump back in.
Okay, no
I think
problem.
I've got the same sort of thing.
What's going on?
I can't see the interval between the drivers.
Oh, yeah,
Some
no.
mad decent going on my screen.
Oh, is there? It's alright, jump out and jump back in, it's all good. Sometimes it takes a lap or so to register the intervals. But no, fairly clean start so far. I mean, obviously there was the carnage at the start. I think Matt Cause got involved in that as well, possibly. Because he's down in 14th. I can't see him. Has he got any loss of wing? No, he hasn't. He just had a very hesitant start.
I'm going to need another invite.
Okay. I can't actually invite you from the screen. Have you got? Can you join through the party possibly?
Sorry, I think I'm joining back in. I'll throw him on once I'm in.
Oh yeah, lovely. Perfect. Well, CJ Payne 1.8 seconds clear so far of Hammer Time. He's got a decent gap to Tomo behind as well. The top 4 are quite well spread out. Simon has a little mini train of Prototype Steph and Preheated Oven behind him. and Pagani has profited one position so far. And a bit of a gap forming already between some of the cars. Matt calls a bit of a corner cut. That's something which I think we might see tonight. Is a few corner cuts. Matt calls has just hit the wall there, chasing down Big Metzer. But yeah, the top four look very strong at the moment. Rich T Gaming has pitted, as DRS has been enabled at the start of lap 3.
I'm back in, and everything looks okay.
Fantastic. Big Metzer very, very close to his teammate, going to take on board of him through the first sector, I think. But so far,
Willytick's got sandwiched between Rich T Gaming and I think it was a McLaren, and he just had nowhere to go. And then someone from behind got involved, and he before he knew it, he was completely around and went into the wall.
yeah, Goy Carver's had to pit. So the bottom 3, as it stands, have all had to pit by the looks of things. Or bottom 4, should I say. There's a good little scrap forming for P4. Prototype Steph sitting right behind blue flag with preheated oven on the back of him. Pagani is closing in. Amazon 95 already getting a 3-second penalty. I think we could see quite a few of those tonight. Oh, blue flag's gone.
Oh, blue flag.
He's hit the inside wall.
Oh, he's gone in.
On the final corner. Yeah, so he's out.
Yeah, tricky section though.
No safety
He's
car.
Not yet.
That's
That's a really weird position.
Yeah, Big Metzer just hit the back of Paul James and nearly put him into the wall at turn 1. So I think it's keep an eye on these two McLarens, as I don't know why, I've just got a bad feeling.
Oh, Big Metzer's lagged. Big Metzer lagged.
Oh, it says, says he's 12th on my screen now.
Yeah, he lagged and Matt Cause just went through.
Ah, right.
Kind of like ghosted.
Yeah, looks like we've got a bit of desync going on with this lobby at the minute, which we're watching.
Yeah. Well, most of the cars, other than City Posh, well, just City Posh now, are all out of the sort of 1 second range of the cars around them. So fairly spread out so far. Paul James 3-second time penalty. Let's have a look at the choice of tyre.
Matt Cause, is he going to pit? Oh god.
I think he's going to get
Cause going to get in now.
Oh, he's going to go around the outside.
It's going to be a big move.
Big move.
Yes. Paul James pulls out.
Well
Sensible driving, well done.
Ooh.
Oh, yellows in sector 2.
Willytick's gone.
Oh, Willytick's.
And Guy Carp's round as well at the beginning of the tunnel.
Come on, guy, you can do it.
Well, I think he doesn't want to sit there too long, because otherwise he's going to get disqualified.
Yeah, he's in reverse. He's trying. He doesn't know whether to reverse or not because his car's coming round.
Yeah, he needs to be really careful, because otherwise he's going to get disqualified.
He should still ghost though if he reverses just a little bit. Here we go.
He's got a bit of a gap. He's got a bit of a gap now. So he needs to get around.
He's reset the track. There we go.
Yeah, well, fair play to Goy there, running the risk of getting disqualified, so it doesn't hamper anybody. That's good, respectful driving there from Goy. So far we've seen Willytick's last week's race winner and Blue Flag second in the championship both retire. Goy Carper's now retired.
Oh, moved by preheated oven on Steph.
Big Metzer's gone as well.
Good move, preheated oven. Wow.
I wish I caught that. Unfortunately I didn't. I was just keeping an eye on what was going on.
Yeah, turn 1.
City Posh is right on the gearbox of Pagani now as well, going through the casino.
There's Big Metzer's car. Rich T Gaming slowed right down. I think he thought he was going to smash into him. But we've already lost 4 cars. And we're only on lap 6. So I think it's looking like anybody that finishes this race is going to end up in the points. I'm really gutted I missed preheated oven's move, but Pagani up to P6. I know he's not particularly happy or confident at Monaco, but it's promising so far from Pagani. He needs to carry the weight of the Renaults on his shoulders now.
Yeah, Blue Flag's going to be so annoyed.
Yeah, really disappointed to see that for Simon. I know he's been putting in the practice and so on, and sometimes
Tomo pits.
Okay, from the Hypersoft prototype
Oh,
follows Pagani.
Steph with a 5-second stop go. Ah.
Pagani.
It's a very weird pit entry on Monaco, though.
It's kind of
very
like in terms of how it just sort of stops you halfway down the sort of mini straight. It's kind of like France. I know France is a bit longer, but you kind of have that real sharp turning. Well, Pagani's pitted in all of that as well, so I'm thinking maybe he's hoping to try and get some form of bigger gap on City Posh behind him, maybe. I know Pagani struggles with overheating tyres and stuff around here, but interesting tactic from Pagani.
I'm assuming now Steph and Tomo. Although Steph's gone onto the Ultra Soft, so that's quite interesting, but Tomo has gone onto the Supers, so he should definitely go to the end now. I know you can pretty much do a race distance on the Supers, so...
Oh, fair play, Agent Pando. He was getting lapped and just pulled over for. But here we go. CJ Payne and Hammer Time have pitted each.
So Preheedle takes the lead.
Yeah, both go on.
I thought I'd say that.
Well, I did say he was going to take the lead at some point. Willie Tix left the session. So far, no VSCs or safety cars, and we've had 4 retirements. All prototype Steph having a look at Tomo. It's close. Steph looks very racy tonight.
Hammer Time right on the back of his teammate now.
God, Steph is practically pushing
Yeah.
Tomo up this hill. Got yellow in sector 1. Not too sure what that's from.
I'm assuming it's probably Agent Panda.
Pulling
He's
over.
just on through turn 1. Yeah.
Oh, Steph's just hit the back of Tomo. Things you have to be so careful. If you've got someone in front of you that uses no ABS as well, their brake pressure's lower, so they're going to be braking earlier. That's something you've got to bear in mind. But Steph does look very quick at the moment, must be said.
He's on softer tyres though, so...
Yeah, good point. Well, interestingly, CJ Payne, I think Hammer Time must have had a change of wing, because CJ's in front of Michael C and Matt Cause, and Matt Cause has his teammate behind him. Now, will there be any anything on the team radio? Yeah, from the Ferrari drivers.
I think it might be a bit early in the race for any sort of team orders.
Yeah, plus I mean, even if Matt Cause lets Hammer Time through,
He's got to get past Michael.
he's only going to be stuck behind Michael anyway, so... A little bit pointless at this point. Oh, Hammer Time just clipped the back of Matt Cause though.
I've got the rev glitch with Hammer Time.
No, it's annoying. It always seems to happen with the Ferraris.
Although I don't have it with Matt Course, so...
CJ Payne locks up massively into the chicane.
Oh, City Posh let him through. Team orders. There we go.
Good work from the Salvers.
CJ is obviously pitted. So he's going to be leading this race, you'd expect, by quite a distance once Preheed on the pits.
Well, Matt Cause
It's nice to see from the other drivers.
Matt Cause launching an
Is this a
attack.
move?
We're going to see a move. Oh my God.
Carbon fibre from Michael C there.
How Matt
Something
Cause
fell off
didn't
his
lose
car.
anything there is beyond me. Oh, Michael C.
Might get him now. Oh, he's got it. Oh, Michael C's round.
Well,
And Bendel's involved as well.
in my opinion,
Bendel's awesome.
I could be wrong, but it looked like Michael C took the wrong line was going to go wider, but then he turned back across to block Matt Caw's going past. That's what it looked like from my view.
The cars that came down when Michael C was horizontal on the track, they must have absolutely crapped themselves then, because is he going to ghost? Is he ghosting? Oh.
Well, Hammer Time has gone through. I don't know if Matt Cords has let him go, but Matt Cords has obviously got damage now, so... If I was Matt Cords, I'd pit, throw on the supers and just go to the end.
Yeah.
You're going to lose way too much time otherwise.
I think we will see that from Matt Caw's, to be honest. Oh, Hammer Time.
Oh, no,
Hammer
Time pitted, so he probably didn't want to stack.
Hammer Time pits again, though.
Yeah.
Well, at the moment,
Damage.
it looks like if CJ just nurses his home, he's miles in the lead in terms of net position.
Win is pretty much nailed on for CJ now, like I say. I think he just needs to stay out of trouble and bring it back at this point.
Well, this would put also preheated oven second as well. So he's having a very good race.
I'm just looking at the gap to the leader. Yeah, it would do. You're right. Preheated ovens.
Obviously City Posh and Matt Caw's have got a pit, haven't they?
Yeah.
As well.
So's Bendel in P5. Okay. So it's all happening now. There's only 12 drivers left. One of which is Agent Panda. Could find himself in the points.
Interestingly enough as well, had Steph put on the supers, he would probably be on the podium come the pit stops.
Yeah.
But he might have to pit again.
Pagani, Paul James.
Yeah, good move, Pagani.
Yeah,
I think Paul James
was getting held up.
Might have conceded that to Pagani, I think, but nevertheless he's capitalised if it was a mistake from Paul James. Oh, Pagani goes deep into Raskas, but holds position. And Pagani moves up into P8.
I thought we weren't going to get corner names off you.
Well, I didn't know that one.
Okay.
So there'll be overuse of that this evening. So let's have a look who's left to pit. So we've got Preheated Oven, City Posh, Matt Caw's, Bendel, Paul James, and that is everybody. So
Hamilton's got a big mission on now, having to pit twice and still trying to grow and get some decent points.
Yeah, I think he'll just recognise that Simon has retired, and obviously he was just a handful of points behind him in the championship, so any points for him will be good points, I think.
That might have been a corner cut for Tomo, but doesn't come up with a penalty yet.
Well, other than that, it's pretty well spread out now.
I think Bendel's in a really good position here because he's on the supers at the minute. He's obviously started on the supers. Like I said before, they can pretty much go the whole race distance. So I'm assuming Bendel's going to put on the hypers at the end of this. So he's going to be really, really quick.
Yeah, or failing that, just dependent on how confident he feels in the tyres. He might just go in a little bit earlier and just slap on the ultras and just see it through so he knows he's safe. Because we saw the hypers only last about 6-7 laps.
Tomo has caught up to him though.
Yeah, I'm just on board with Tomo now.
I think City Posh has damage. Matt Caw's through Casino and down through the hairpin. It's just took 2 seconds out of his time. And City Posh was going so slow.
Yeah, I'm going to go on board with Matt Caw's now. I think Matt Caw's has adopted the approach of taking all of the fuel out of his car and just running in lean to make his car as light as possible. Just a quick look in the stream. Yeah, City Posh is in, so Matt Caw's up into P3. So both predictions so far from Will and from Marcus, or Chicken Guy, said CJ for the win, although Panda said Tomo third, Hammer Time third, Tomo second, Hammer Time third, and Marcus said Hammer Time second, Blue Flag third.
I still need 2 or 3 more DNFs for my predictor league. I can't remember what I said.
I think I said 7.
I think I said 8.
Yeah. Well.
There's 5 already.
Yeah. Well, Tomo has actually has got past Bendel, so I'm assuming Bendel must have just let him through. Recognised he's not interested in trying to fight for a position.
Not really any battles going on anywhere at the minute.
No, there's nothing.
Steph is catching up to the back of Macros quite rapidly.
I can't imagine it'll be too long before we see Macros and Preheated Oven pit. I know the Ultras can go a long way, but it doesn't look like it's going to rain. Oh, Bendel.
I think they got away with that one.
Pagani is catching Bendel pretty quickly.
It's all settled down though, hasn't it, in terms of battles?
Yeah, I know. Like you said, Prototype Steph is now within DRS range of Matt Cause. Not that that means much around here, but Bendel's running in high ERS and he's only got about 10% battery.
Macros has moved out the way.
That's interesting.
Maybe Matt Cause is pitting.
I mean, we know that he's got damage, but
Oh,
it's still quite easy to defend the position around here. So I'm quite surprised he's still moved out of the way, to be fair.
Yeah, it was just a yellow in sector 3. I'm not too sure who that was.
I think
Possibly
it was
Agent
Agent Panda letting them through. Yeah.
Macros stays out. So very, very strange one.
Yeah, strange. No one's really braving the battle at this stage, which is a bit of a shame to see. Hammer Time 95 is now very close to the back of Paul James. Paul James is round, so I'm wondering what's happened there.
New wing, and he's got a 5-second stop go.
So there was either a coming together or he's just overshot the corner.
Oh, the Williams boys are close. I think Rich T Gaming was trying to let Preheated Oven through on the chicane, and there was a little bit of a mix-up and they nearly hit each other.
Yeah.
Right, Preheated Oven's
Preheated
pitted.
Oven pits.
Yep.
Is that because he took damage passing Rich T, or he just
know,
wants to try and go to the end now?
We'll go on board with him. I imagine it's just a routine stop.
Seems to be taking a while.
Yeah, maybe there was a ring change.
I couldn't even see the pit crew on my screen.
No,
Yeah,
it
neither did I.
always does that. It's just a stupid Codemasters glitch.
It was a long pit, so I'm assuming they've changed his wing.
Yep, but nevertheless, he is in net P2, I believe, still.
Yeah.
Because I can't imagine. I mean, Prototype Steph, he has pitted already, but will he be able to take those Ultras another 20, 22 laps? I can't see it.
I don't think so. I think 32 over the whole race.
Yeah, right, Pagani's right on the back of Bendel now. So could we see a little battle forming, or is Bendel going to concede position? Pagani has pitted, Bendel hasn't.
He's catching Pagani as well.
Yellow in sector 1.
Oh, Paul James has gone off into the wall at turn 1, I think.
Oh, he's got to be careful here.
He's trying to use the runoff
Yeah,
to turn
he's
around.
retired.
He's retired.
Okay,
I
so
hope his computer card doesn't cause a problem.
I can't imagine he will. I think he's just going to stop. It's just kind of
It's just going backwards and forwards at the moment.
Yeah, not too sure what's going on there. Excellent work from Codemasters. Pagani, DRS, Bendel concedes position, I want to say.
Yeah, he definitely saw down there.
Yeah, fair play to Bendel. So Pagani up into P6.
Still in the runway.
A Preheated Oven is now right on the back of Matt Calls in the battle for third.
Matt Cole's still to pit though.
Yeah, I mean, effectively, Prototype Steph is still second in this race because we don't know what his strategy is going to be from here.
I think Matt Cause has stayed out way too long with that damage wing. I mean, you can see how much time he's losing here. It's crazy. He should have pit either the same lap and just took the time it would have taken to stack, or just pit the lap after, because he's definitely paying the price now for staying out.
His preheated oven looks very, very quick tonight. Now, is Matt Cause going to pit? Matt Cause pits.
There we go.
Prototype Steph's in as well.
Prototype Steph.
So that moves Tomo back up into third place, it will.
Ooh, Agent Panda.
Oh no, Agent Panda's gone in the runoff. Don't
close.
disqualify. No.
Now the thing
he's made it.
With what happened then, Agent Panda was on the right hand side and preheated oven tried to overtake him on the left, but then in order to try and move out of the way, Panda cut across him and went into the runaway and nearly took him out. Well, that could have gone quite bad.
Right, Matt Cause has got out just ahead of his teammate. So this is now a battle for position. And I can't imagine that Matt Cause is going to want to concede points to his teammate if he's top of the championship. So this could get spicy. And Bendel
I wouldn't have expected the Ferrari guys to be this far down.
No, same. But Matt Cause was
Bendel's
purely...
still to pit though.
Yeah, Matt Cause was...
Put the wall.
Matt Cause was purely down to his qualifying. Hammer Time 95's had to pit twice already for wing changes.
Yeah.
So, and I can't imagine he will be the last. But 11 runners. So we've lost 6 so far. And we've only just approached the halfway point of the race. I must admit you can get some fantastic camera angles at Monaco.
The Ferrari team now just need to stay patient, pull each other along, and just wait for other guys to make mistakes.
Yeah. Right, well, Bendel's conceded position to Matt Cause, but he's not done it to Hammer Time 95. So
we're
Matt
approaching
Cause,
Agent Panda.
the Agent Panda, sensible. Well played.
And here comes the leader. No, it's not, it's City Posh.
Oh,
That was close.
that was very, very close. So Bendel has moved out of the way for Hammer Time 95 there. But that was quite a risky place to do that, must be said. Maybe they're in a party together and they told one another, I don't know.
City Posh now is up against the back of Agent Panda. Ooh.
Well, it must be said, I think everybody now, other than Bendel, let me just confirm this. Yeah, everybody other than Bendel have stopped, so it is basically now, for net position, City Posh and Steph will overtake Bendel. So Bendel will be effective P9.
Matt Cause is rapidly catching up to Pagani.
Yeah, I can't imagine Pagani's going to make this particularly easy for Matt. Oh, he has done.
Oh, yes he is.
That's a surprising
That's
move.
surprising. Yeah, I wouldn't expect that from Pagani.
Well,
He just wants to get to the end, I think.
but then it's interesting considering the Ferrari-Renault battle.
Yeah, I think Ravens is right. I think Pagani knows he's not as quick as these guys around here and just wants to take all the points he can get at this point now.
Now, will Pagani do the same for Hammer Time 95?
Ooh. You hit each other.
No damage though.
No, lovely helicopter shot as they're coming into the tunnel.
Prototype Seth is coming up to the back of Bondo now as well.
Yeah, we're going to get a nice little train, I would imagine, very soon. Hammer Time 95, definitely got a warning for that. Now we're just hoping that everyone else can keep it together for the rest of the race. No more carnage, but it must be said, CJ Payne 19.5 seconds clear. I mean, if that's not a dominant performance, I don't know what is.
He's definitely taking advantage of everybody else's misfortunes.
Certainly
Stay
has.
consistent, stay out of trouble.
He's done a very, very good job of it as well.
Pagani still hasn't moved aside for hammer time, so...
Well, I think
That's interesting.
well, yeah, the only thing I can think of is Matt Cause is winning the championship, whereas Hammer Time 95 is just a few points ahead of Pagani. So maybe Pagani was thinking, right, well, I'll let Matt Cause go, but you're not getting past me, because Pagani will want to regain these points on him.
True.
Yeah,
Very
prototype Steph
tactical
is.
from Pagani.
Yeah. Oh, is there going to be a lunge? Yes, there is.
There is.
That was a great move.
Oof.
That was a ballsy move, must be said. I mean, Pagani gave him the room and the respect, but he done very well to make that dive and not end up getting himself a warning or cutting that chicane.
You've got prototype Steph with him now.
Yeah.
Oh,
And he's moved out of the way.
Okay.
In the space of 2 laps, he's lost 3 positions.
Well, it is all going off. And Matt Cause, I'm just keeping an eye on that time between Matt Cause and Tomo there.
Oh, Agent Panda's in the wall.
Yeah,
Right next to the pits though, so he can go in and get another wing.
yeah, in he goes.
At this point, they're borrowing guys.
Yeah. That is his... Well, it's only his second stop, to be fair to him. Prototype Steph looking very racy. Matt Cause has brought that gap down to Tomo by another second. Oh, Prototype Steph is he? Oh,
No.
Preheated ovens brought the gap down by nearly a half a second now, but you see CJ just taking it easy through the final sector and then sort of building up a gap through the rest of the lap.
Oh, but Matt Cause is in the wall.
oh no. Obviously pushing. He's just lost
He's
some
going
more
to break
wing.
that wing again. Right next to the pits again.
Oh
A
dear,
couple of drivers had a
the
problem there,
championship
haven't
leader. I can't imagine that's going to be the last.
Day.
No, it's not going to be the last mistake we're going to see. I mean, in fairness, he's going to get points, but
Pagani obviously gets that position back off him, so
yeah, he does. But Matt Cause now's got it all to do. He's going to come out where he's Bendel. Bendel's gone past, so Matt Cause is going to be in P9. So at this stage, the championship leader is only going to get 2 points. And Tomo can breathe a sigh of relief.
what's happened to Hammer Time 95? He's dropped off. He was in front of prototype Steph.
I wonder if him and Matt Cause are hit each other and he's got damage as well.
Oh, that would be
Maybe.
controversial.
Yeah.
Because I think Hammer Time was behind Matt Cause, so if he's hit the back of him, done damage to his wing and he's spun Matt Cause round.
Well, it doesn't appear. We'll see if Pagani can catch him.
Yeah. Well, it's all happening now, isn't it? It is all happening.
14 to go. One more DNF and Panda has points. Or points, should I say.
And I don't want to jinx anybody, but I think we're going to get it.
Yeah, everybody is very spaced out now.
Yeah, I mean, everyone is spaced out, but the last time that was all spaced out, we had more controversy happen. So, only time will tell. Pagani is falling back. I think maybe Prototype Steph just got past Hammer Time 95 and he's just pulling away.
Yeah.
But he's eating into that time of Tomo in front of him. It's just constantly going down. Which he gave me 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. It's not really much. I think we might just take the time to appreciate how well our race leader's driving.
Coming up to a lap. Coming up to a back marker, I think.
Yeah.
Don't know who it is.
It is.
Looks
I think
like
it might be his teammate. Is it
City Boss. Or
yeah. No, it's Bendel.
Bendel.
No, I think it's Bendel.
See,
Is this the calm before the second storm? Are we going to see some more action?
yeah. Well, I mean, I must admit the clouds are starting to get a bit dark, but I can't see it affecting the race.
No, I think they'll be all right.
That would certainly be interesting if it rained with a few laps to go.
Ooh,
Could you imagine?
yeah, it would.
Well, we've got 20
Drama.
people watching, and there's not much going on, so thank you for sticking with us.
Hello, hello, hello. Prototype Steph under 9 seconds now for Tom.
Yeah,
he's on the faster tyre, don't forget, so that would explain why it's falling so quickly. So he needs to be careful that he doesn't overheat his tyres.
Got Agent Panda to negotiate.
Oh, Panda.
Okay.
I mean, you've got to give credit to Agent Panda. I know that was a bit like a bit of a heart in your throat kind of moment, but he's very spatially aware in terms of he will always make sure he's out of the way. He doesn't cause any problems to anybody. So
We've had enough practice on it.
Shots fired.
Shots fired.
And Goy decided to just stay out of everybody's way by retiring. So
Yeah. Tell you what, Prototype Steph is catching quite a bit. Oh, hammer time with a penalty.
Come down another second or so.
Yeah.
yeah, that will be a battle, and it will be for the podium as well. Steph is, I think he's just in autopilot mode at the moment, not making any mistakes.
As I've said before, it's very much a rhythm track. As soon as you're in a rhythm, this track feels so good to drive.
Yeah, see, I wouldn't say that at all.
I quite enjoy this track, so I don't mind it too much.
See, I'm just looking at Steph take some of these corners, and it just seems so much easier with the wheel.
Very clever by CJ Payne there. He's let Matt Kors unlap himself on him, knowing that he's on a much fresher tyre and obviously going to be quicker.
Well, he's in a position where he can afford to do it, really, can't he?
Yep.
I mean, effectively, he could go in, and I suppose he probably would just miss out, but saying he could go and stick onto Microsoft and go for the fastest lap. If he really wanted to, he's that comfortable. I mean, there's a huge gap between the top three.
Nearly 5 seconds.
5.5 seconds, yeah.
Yeah, that is crazy. Gaining so quick.
In that beautiful Toro Rosso car, Matt Kors 3-second time penalty. It's just not going well for Matt. It's a day to forget. Could you imagine a big a crash, a retirement and a safety car now with 10 laps to go?
Would be amazing.
We're definitely liven it up.
Yeah, I've just obviously chosen to stay on board with Prototype Steph, considering he's just rapidly catching Tomo.
We've also got Matt Kors catching Bendel as well, so that's going to be something to look out for.
Yeah, I wonder if Bendel might just concede position to Matt. Oh, Steph. Jesus Christ, on the exit of that chicane. I mean, you heard him hit the wall with, like, the side pod of his car. Yeah, he's gone a bit easier through there. 4.2 seconds. Well, he's got it down to 4 seconds, so it's taken about a second to a second and a half a lap out of Tomo.
Tomo has got a lot of ERS stuff, so I'm sure once that gap starts falling to a sort of a gap that Tomo doesn't like, I'm sure he's going to stick that up and get pushing and sort of try and drag it out a little bit.
Yeah, HT Gaming's back in the pit, yeah. maybe had an off. Nevertheless, he's in a position now where he's not going to go up or down position. So if he makes any mistakes, he can afford to just go into the pits, fresh set of rubber, on with your day.
Well, Steph can now see the back of the Force India.
There he is.
God, he really has caught up, hasn't he?
Podium is nearly within touching distance. 8 laps left.
Well,
That's what you
podium
want,
is,
a battle?
yeah, it is. The podium is 2.5 seconds away.
And that cause has gone past Bendel. Didn't see it, but
I think he just conceded position, Bendel, because he's gone from being 1.5 seconds up to 7 tenths down within the blink of an eye. God, it seems like forever ago that blue flag retired, doesn't it? We're just looking down at the retirements, but we've lost both McLaren drivers, half of the Toro Rosso team, the speedster that is Goikarp, and
I think Bendel's just had a moment.
yeah,
He's got broken wing.
I think at this point now, I don't think anybody will want to retire. They've come so far into the race, and even if it is
I
only
think
just
everybody's
like
just taking it really easy now at this point.
Bored Agent Panda must be praying. It must be
Plenty
horrible
of time,
though.
though.
Yeah, there is. Must be horrible though. Thinking yourself, we just kept it so clean, and he's not.
Oh, Agent Panda's. Okay, no, it was. I think he was letting someone through.
Right, the gap between Tomo and Steph is 1.7 seconds.
Oh, and he's just come out behind Bendel.
Oh,
That's gonna sort him down. Unless Bendel flying. There we go. He's let him through.
nice.
Might slow Steph down now, heading through the hairpin.
He's let him through.
Well played from Bendel.
Driving by Bendel. Yeah.
Oh, Tomo's gone wide there.
I think it's got to a point now where Steph's tyres are probably quite hot.
Yeah.
And he's now getting that dirty air from Tomo, and the gap is still falling, but it's not falling as quick as it was.
Steph is driving very consistently, must be said. Been on board with him now for about 5 or 6 laps.
Just tap the wall though.
Yeah, if it was starting to see the heat of these tyres and being in that dirty air is not going to help him either. Down to 1 second. But another P3 for Tomo, that might push him ever closer to those promotion spots already. Don't forget he wasn't with us for the first race of the season either. Yes, Steph's going to be right on the back of Tomo by the end of this lap. Even more so than he is now.
Oof, very close.
Now this is one of the sort of situations where it is, excuse the French, shit or bust. You just kind of, is Steph just going to go for this now towards the end?
Now hopefully he doesn't go for it too much and crash both cars out.
No, I can't imagine. Can't imagine Steph
maybe.
would ever do that. I think in terms of the dirtiest drivers in FTRL history, Steph's got to be one of the cleanest we've ever had.
So close.
Well, he's up into overtake mode. You can see his intentions. Let's have a look at Tomo. What's he looking like on his stats? Yeah, he's managing his ERS well.
Matt Cause has really got away with it this week. I mean, he's had quite a poor race, but luckily for him, with Hammer Time, sort of down the order and boy flag crashing out, he's still going to be top of the championship even after a poor race.
Yeah, damage limitation for Matt Cause really, wasn't it? And he's, like you said, certainly got away with it all. Steph.
Ooh.
Oh, that's contact.
I think.
Now you're seeing the problem with Monaco. There's no way through.
Steph's just going to be playing the mind games now. Trying to do a little few fake moves, maybe force Tomo into a mistake. But we have got, when they cross the line here, this will be their final 5 laps. So effectively it's a 5-lap race for the final podium spot, and they will both want it.
No way. Oh, oh no.
I saw a lot of contact up the same hill yesterday.
Yeah.
It just looks like there's a lot more space than there is up there, and you always end up coming together.
Yes, I mean, I think Steph had the opportunity to go through after that, and he lifted off to let Tomo back through.
Yeah, he's definitely got damage though.
Yeah.
Pointless pitting now though, is there?
No, there's literally no point. He'll just end up losing. He'll probably drop down to 7th, maybe 6th. So there's 0 point doing that. And lucky old Bendel was sitting behind this now, watching this all unfold.
Well,
Yeah,
you can see how much that damage is affecting him though. He's already, 7/10 behind through that sector.
Hammer Time might actually be able to catch Steph then.
Yeah, I think it's a bit of a long shot, but you never know. I don't think it'll affect Steph that much. It doesn't look like excruciating damage.
Seat Posh is round. Chicane must have clipped the his left tyre or left rear tyre.
Oh, Steph,
That's
is he going to go?
Matt calls up.
Oh. So let Matt causes.
Oh.
Just can't find a way through.
You've got to give credit to Tomo though. He's respectful and he's defending very, very well. And considering the amount of pressure he's under, he's not exactly cracking. So, well played to him. And I haven't seen, I could be wrong, but I've not seen penalties for either of these two either. Lovely helicopter shot of them going through there.
Steph looks like he really struggles through that swimming pool section when you go on board with him. With that wing damage.
Yeah. I'd be interested to speak to whichever one of these gets on the podium to find out their thought process and how they were feeling going through these final few laps. I mean, you've got to give Steph an enormous amount of credit considering he's done a 2-stop and he was, what, 12.5 seconds behind? And he's caught right up now to within touching distance of the podium.
Tomo is really struggling, but he just seems to be putting the car in all the right places at the minute, and there's just no way past.
For someone that's very, very new to league racing, this is only like his 3rd ever league race. He's certainly showing good knowledge and experience of where to be.
Hammer Time has brought the gap down for 2 seconds though. He's going to be right behind.
And you've also got Matt Cause and Panini.
Oh yeah,
in the battle.
Right on
the like Pagani's been on them 30 laps.
Oh. So is CJ Payne and Tomo, to be fair.
No, Pagani will not let Matt Cause through. Then again, he might, because he might see how many penalties Matt Cause has got. Oh, Steph's
got a good run on him here.
Always. Oh my god, they're going to go side by side.
A little bit of contact.
Oh no. Oh, this is going to end badly.
Both guys have been very
I had the worst camera angle ever for that. I had the outside.
Well, they must. They wheel banged about 3 or 4 times at least.
Yeah, I'm sure one of them will be sending something to the stewards. I can't see that being left with nothing.
I mean, Steph had a superb launch. I mean, it is possible to go side by side through there. I did it last night at Academy just. But I mean, it was a squeeze, let me say that much. But Prototype Steph nevertheless gets himself up into third, and now Hammer Time 95 is on the back of this. Then again, he has got about 9 seconds worth of penalties.
Yeah.
Yellow in sector 2, City Posh. Oh,
Matt
Pagani.
calls and Pagani. Matt calls us through.
Yeah, I don't think Pagani's going to be too bothered because he knows he's going to get Matt Calls back on penalties. I've seen Matt Calls get at least 2 or 3. So Pagani's just got to stay within touching distance now. Oh, it's all heating up towards the end of this. Hammer Time 95.
TJ Payne though. He's about to come down on the final straight.
Comes around Raskas into the final corner. What a drive.
Yeah, great stuff.
Brilliant effort from CJ. Look forward to speaking to him tonight. Preheated oven, other than his winning performance last week, in terms of actual Division League racing, this will be his best ever finish. And thoroughly deserved.
He's had another great drive.
Yeah, brilliant effort from James tonight. Well played to him. And Prototype Steph looks like he's going to come home in P3. Now, is Hammer Time 95 going to go for a very audacious lunge at some point now? It concerns me that he is.
Oh, Tomo's in the wall. Damage. Oh.
I think he's going to do
Can
it.
he hold on? Can he hold? No, hang on. Okay, he got round nicely.
I think Hammer Time's got a lot more penalties than these guys anyway.
Prototype Steph, 5-second unserved stop go. Look, so Tomo gets the podium.
Yeah. Oh,
that's crazy.
That is
so unlucky.
That is extremely crazy. Now, Matt Call's going to come around and cross the line in P6, but I think Pagani will get him on penalties now. Yeah, Pagani crosses his line, comes down P6. So, wow.
I mean, after everything Matt Cause has gone through, he's still gained 5 positions, which when you think of it is really good.
And he's gained, what, 6 points on Simon behind him?
Well, I mean, what you would call an absolute disaster weekend, well, I say week. He's actually gained points, so...
There we go, CJ Payne top of the podium, preheated oven in second. I'm sure he's going to have a lot to say in the chat afterwards. And Tomo in P3.
Well, when preheated oven won the performance race, he came into the party for the podium interviews and immediately said, "I think I'm pregnant." So I wonder what he's going to say now.
I dread to think. But anyway, right, final classifications before we get them in. CJ Payne takes the win, no penalties. Preheated oven comes home in second. Tomo comes home in third with no penalties also. Hammer Time 95, good recovery from him, ends up P4. Prototype Steph in 5th. Pagani in 6th. Matt Cole 7th. City Posh 8th. Bendel 9th. Rich D Game in 10th. Last of the runners, Agent Panda, unfortunately misses out on a point, but ends up in P11. Then we have retirements from Paul James, Michael C, Big Metzer, Willie Tix, Goy Carp, and FTRL Blue Flag. So if you bear with me, I'll just get the 3 lads in and we will conduct the podium interviews. Ravers, did you accept the suggestion to the party? Yes. Evening, mate. Evening, evening. Right, lads, just before we start, can you all just double check in your party settings for me that you are allowing your voice to be shared so everybody can hear you in the stream, please?
I am indeed.
Allow your voice to be shared. Sorted.
Notice when I missed the preheated oven joins, it's suddenly just gone up a very, very loud party.
It's gone up about 100 decibels, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm incredibly sorry.
No, nevertheless, congratulations to you, top three. Brilliant
Yeah, great
drive
job,
from all
guys.
of you.
Cheers,
We
mate.
will speak to you each. I'll start off with you, CJ. So, mate, dominant performance in that. They can't really say much more than that. But how was your nerves kind of in qualifying? Because obviously you've not qualified as high as you might have liked first couple of races of the season. Was you confident going into tonight, or did you not know what to expect?
Yeah, I was pretty confident. I've done a lot of practice over the last couple of days because I knew I needed to with this track. It's pretty hard. But when I first came out, I did a first run. The DRS wasn't working, so that annoyed me. Automatically 6 or 7 tenths off, and then just went again, got closer, and then went again. My ultimate aim was to get the time I got, so I'm glad I got it in the end.
Yeah, fantastic. Well, going in towards the race then, obviously after there was a little bit of chaos at the start behind you, but I don't think you would have seen. I think you had a little bit of pressure on you going into turn one, I believe.
Yeah, I had a little bit of a glance back, and I could see they had a contact with Tomo and Hammer Time, so I did see that, but gave me a bit of space, so I relaxed after that a little bit. So
Well, I was going to say, I think by just after the end of the first sector, I think you had about a second and a half lead already. So
yeah.
once you kind of got through the first sector of the first lap, did you think to yourself, right, I can breathe now, just concentrate on what's in front of me rather than what's behind me? Was that your thought process, or was you thinking about other stuff as well?
No, definitely. It was just literally that: keep it clean, don't smash the wing up, and it was just about the pit stop. That was the only variable left, really. It was just getting that in, and I sort of just came out of Hammer Tongues. I thought I might get held, and once we came out, I seen that he got stuck behind a couple of people, and I thought, this is it now. I could just chill out, look after my tyres.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I think, if I'm not mistaken, with that win, you got pole as well, didn't you, tonight?
I did, yeah.
So you get an extra 2 points. So that's 22 points you got tonight. So I think that puts you only a couple of points off the championship lead.
Well, I needed to keep your predictions alive, didn't I?
Well, exactly. Well, I said you was going to win tonight, so thankfully you did, mate.
Cheers for that, a vote of confidence.
Yeah. Well, one final question for you, mate. Going into France next week, how are you feeling about France?
It's probably one of my weaker tracks. I'm not a fan of it. I get getting better and better. We've done it a lot, obviously, last season. I did it in the Performance League last week, so I'm getting better at it, but hopefully top 5 is my aim, really.
Yeah, fantastic. Well, like I said, mate, congratulations. I think you won that
Cheers,
by
bud.
just over 20 seconds, I think, with penalties as well. So, dominant performance and thoroughly deserved, so well played.
Cheers, mate. Appreciate that.
Cool.
Can I speak to preheated?
Yep, of course you can.
Preheated oven, man. That's your highest finish, isn't it?
I am so happy. I'd like to thank Pedigree for feeding my dogs for 7
Nice.
years now. I'd also like to big shout out to Nurofen. I've just got a Nurofen box on my side, so that's my good luck charm now. So going to France next week.
There are other brands available, of course.
Yes, of course. No, mate, I'm very happy actually. If you couldn't tell.
You won performance. You come second today. What's your aim for the season? Surely you can get in the promotion pack.
Well, I was speaking to Dan about this at the start of the season, and I said, right, you could be first driver because I'm not very good. So I just want to try and get alongside. I think it was Bendel and Hammer Time. Get along the midfield group and sort of progress there. And I think I've had a good start, but I wouldn't put myself up for the promotion just yet. I think there's a long season ahead. So I'd like to keep a level head at the moment.
Well,
not let it blow up.
Having said that, it's already been noted that next week is France. Now, you like France.
I
As you
do.
like
I
to
do.
remind
I do
us.
like France.
What's your aim for next week then?
Top 6. I'd say top 6.
Fair play.
Again, I can't push myself too high because it will just frustrate me when I don't get into the right positions. And obviously, I know I'm decent around there. One of my stronger tracks. So regarding position and points are just good for me. I'd like to maintain this consistency of points. Take up the good old chicken guy approach, and just keep finishing.
Can I just really quickly jump in and just say I think you're being a bit of a cop out there saying top 6 next week. I think
you would say that though, wouldn't you?
No, but I think it's your best track by some margin. So, and with that, you've put yourself right in that promotion pack now. So surely now you're up there, you want to aim higher than that, mate.
I'll tell you what, then, boys. For you boys, we'll go top 3.
That's better.
Anything less than top 3 is a fail.
There we go, Ravers. Just prod him. Just prod him. And he'll respond.
Yeah.
Prod the sleeping lion.
Well, it was a good drive tonight anyway, and massive congratulations and good luck for the rest of the season, I suppose.
Thank you. Well done, CJ, as well, mate.
Cheers, buddy. Thanks. You too.
Cracking. All right, Tomo. It was a bit of an entertaining race for you, but I mean, we'll have a little chat about qualifying first. Pretty decent lap from you to get yourself third. I mean, what were your expectations heading into this weekend? Were you expecting that, or?
No, I was just same as CJ. He set himself a goal, and I set myself to possibly do a 109 sub 109.5, and I did it. So I hit my goal. Was hoping that'd put me in the top 6 and give me a good chance.
Nice. I mean, how were you feeling heading into the race? Did you think you could move up and maybe
to be completely honest, it was a bit of a toughie. I know CJ's pace. I knew that if he got out in front and he got a gap, he would be gone. As long as he kept it clean, didn't put it in the wall, all those sorts of things, I knew he'd be gone. I wasn't sure about hammer time, how well he'd do. And the rest of them around him, they were on a bit of a different strategy going on. So I was a little bit unsure. I thought, just start the race, try and keep it as clean as you can. And go from there. But I'm not sure what happened on the first corner, because as hammer time turned in, I sort of nudged him a bit, but I don't know whether that's because I got touched from behind or whatever was going on. So I tried to give him the space back, and I weren't sure whether he was aware of that. And it allowed CJ just to get, like you said, that 1 and a bit second gap as we were sort of jostling for position of who should be in front, which held things up a bit behind and let him get away. So.
I mean, it was pretty entertaining from where we were sat anyway, or the first couple of laps. I mean, heading into the last 8 and 9 laps, you had a pretty comfortable lead on Steph, which was falling quite rapidly. I mean, were you still staying sort of calm in that situation, or were you starting to panic a little bit?
I'm not going to be honest about what went on and how I was feeling, because that's not something to say here. But just to give you an overview of why the pace dropped off so badly was, I don't know what happened, but coming out of the pit, when I pit and came out into the super soft tyres, somehow my car managed to clip the inside wall and give me a yellow front wing, literally the moment I left the pit. So from lap 7 onwards, I was driving with a yellow wing. I think it was about 20 laps later, I was feeling a bit of pressure with them closing me down, and I just somehow managed to lock up and nudge the wing again, which put it orange. So as soon as it had gone orange, I was losing about 2 seconds a lap, already losing 1 second a lap through the entire race, and then I was losing 2 seconds a lap at the end, and I knew Steph was charging down, I knew he had penalties. I just wasn't sure about whether I'd hold on to it, and I just thought if I pit, it's over. If I hold on to it and don't bin it, it's great. I ended up finishing with a red front wing, so because of coming together with Steph. So yeah, it was a tough one, really tough one.
Yeah, we weren't really sure what happened there. Obviously, there was quite a lot of contact in yesterday's race up the hill. So yeah, that was a little bit of an odd one, but made it a little bit entertaining for us anyway. I mean, were you aware that he had a penalty? Were you?
Yeah, Jeff kept informing me that, don't worry, the car behind's got a penalty. If you can speed up the car in front's got a penalty. It was telling me everyone had penalties, and I knew that I'd only had 2 warnings the entire race. So I was thinking, no, just don't get that extra warning. Just keep going, see what happens.
Yeah, I think it was I believe it was only you and CJ without penalties. So, I mean, that was a pretty good job. I mean, heading into the sort of the rest of the season and on to next week, that sort of podium puts you up there into the promotion pack. same with sort of preheated oven. Are you confident that you can stay up there and fight for promotion?
It's the first season. I'm just taking every race as it comes. I mean, I wasn't expecting to score a podium in Monaco. It's a massive bonus to get that, and yeah, we'll take it race by race, see what happens.
Very, very professional answer. So, I mean, again, heading into France, are you expecting another podium, or is it just another standard sort of points finish for you on the cards, and anything else as a bonus?
I'm not sure. I mean, to be fair, the Performance League was a bit of a downer for me because unfortunately, me and CJ was wheel to wheel, and I just took a bit of wing damage, and then for some reason the game glitched when I told it to change my wing, and it didn't change it in the last race. So I think I could have been a lot stronger in France, and I'm hoping, I've got to make up for the fact that I DNF last time. So it's as simple as that.
Well, it's starting up. Should be a very good one anyway. But great drive, considering I don't think we were aware that he had wing damage. So if that's the case, then it was an even better drive than we thought. So congrats on the podium, mate.
Yeah, thank you very much, and congrats to CJ and Preheated. Really good performance from them both.
Cheers, mate.
Well, nicely put indeed. So, just having a real quick look at the championship table just before we wrap this up tonight. There's, I believe, now 7 cars that are kind of within this promotion pack. So, if that doesn't shout out sort of reminiscence of last season, I don't know what does. So, with the way of how everything's panning out to be so close, I think it's going to be a very, very interesting middle part of the season as we're just completed our first quarter of the season now. But on to France we go next week. We will have the performance race tomorrow night, which will be at Italy, so that should be one to certainly watch out for. But nevertheless, as we've mentioned already, we're going to be hitting France next week, and we hope to see you all there. So thank you all very much for tuning in. Congratulations to the podium sitters tonight, brilliant performance, and thank you to Ravers and to Joe. It was nice to be in a box with you both again this evening. So we will see you all next week.